welcome to my channel. What are we doing today? Today we are looking at these. This is called, oh gosh, the glare. These are color scheme this is 700 color scheme by Alina Zoll, and she also published a second book with 480 color schemes and color combinations. It's basically the same thing with color schemes. These are 480 color combinations she have by Alina Zoll. These were published in 2019, I believe. Yes, glare in 2019. There's some contact info if you want to purchase these books and support a local artist. And it's the same by the same author. It's the same art. I'm just hiding the glare, guys, so you can basically see what's going on. Sorry. Oh gosh, I am just messing up here. So basically I'll be using these books to select a color scheme because that's what we're doing today. Okay, so I just wanted to reduce some of the glare because basically this is what we're working with today. I got these books. I have these books for maybe 2 years now, and I really haven't been using them as much. And if you notice, like I said, I was easily influenced, and one of the things I did not get influenced by, not because it wasn't a great product, it is, but I have these, so I never really got into that whole color cue by Sarah Renee Clark because I already had color schemes already, and I have books dedicated to art prompts, and I know her work was amazing and beautiful, but I already have something, so I'm trying to use what I already have instead of getting more things, and they just get put on the back burner. Like I say, art supplies, guys. I guess the theme of 2025 is art supply is made to be used, not to be stored. But having said that, I have prepared this here. So this is a color scheme practice that I did, and I said did even though this is blank because I already did it already here, where I practiced the color schemes. Now I selected a color scheme, which is this, from this book, well, one of these books. And how I did it is I chose first one color, then I chose the second color, the third color, then add the fourth color. And one of the things I learned from an art YouTuber, gosh, I don't remember her name, but if I remember that person's name, I will definitely put it here for you guys to go and check her out. She said that one of the things we should do when working with color pencils is select a highlight, a midtone, and a shadow. And that's what I did here. I select the highlight, the midtone, and the shadow, and I did it for each color that I selected. And that's why it looks like this. And then I did an illustration where I colored with it till I reached the final color, which is this one. So for this color here, I selected a highlight, a midtone, and a shadow, and then I do it here. So that was basically what I did, and I knew I did that some time ago, but I knew I wanted to do it for April. So what I did is I took out my stamps and I put some stuff here so that I can practice with those. Now I'll be using colored pencils, and I have my colored pencils all pre-set up. I'm using my Crayola colored pencils, guys, because I have a larger set in the Crayola version than other versions. So I think that will be a good one to select the color scheme. So first thing I'm going to do is select a color scheme from one of these two books. And then I'm going to pull out my Crayolas. I have a little swatch sheet here next to me where I need to swatch out the color to make sure it matches whatever is here, and then get started. So now you know what I'm doing. Let me end my intro and get to this exercise. Okay, let's get this started. What you see me do here is actually my color selection. I am actually trying to find the color that I want to work with. I didn't at this point know what colors I want to work with. I think I found the perfect color selection, and that's what I was doing. Now you see me using my swatch sheet to try to get the colors and to kind of match them, using another swatch sheet to see how the colors look, what the colors look like. And I'm basically trying to find those colors. My primary objective is to first find the mid-tone. Try find the hue that I want to work with, and then from there find the highlights and the shadows of that mid-tone or the hue that I want to work with. So that's basically what I was doing, and trying to match as close as possible using my Crayola color pencils to the colors that was selected in this Alina's color scheme book. Now her color scheme book usually use hex codes, so for me, I wasn't really looking at the hex codes. I was just basically looking at the colors I want to use. I think I also did where I did a swatch of all the colors I want to use, all their midtones. I call this their midtones, and now I'm looking for the highlights and the shadows. And it's a long process, guys. This was a really long process for me, very long, trying to figure out what the shadow is. Sometimes I had to swatch a color maybe 2 or 3 times in some cases to try to see what that looks like. And that's the reason too why I chose the Crayola set, because I have a bigger number of color pencils in that set than others. But yeah, it wasn't a lot of fun. It was just a lot of work for me. Now I'm doing the orange. I think it was the red. I had to swatch the highlight portion like 3 times because I wasn't sure how there was like 3 different pinks that could have been used for the red highlight. And it was a little like, okay, which color do I use? I kind of got confused at one point because I didn't remember which color I picked up first. I didn't remember what color to use because they all look alike, guys. Look at that. They all look alike. But for the shadow, it's rather easy. I use the brick red for the shadows. And there I have their color names of the hue. And now you see me going into the first test. I'm using it in order of sequence, how it comes into the color book. Orange I selected, then golden, yellow, then turquoise, then red, and I'm using those highlights, and choosing those and just swatching out the highlight, the hue, and the mid and the shadow. And now I have a little illustration to the side that I'm going to use. It's almost monochromatic because I'm using this now to color this little illustration to see if I understand. Even though I did the practice before, like I said, it was months ago. So I want to ensure that I remember how to get this done. And I started, what you did not see is that I made little notes to myself on the previous page. So that's what I'm doing right now. Guys, I'm going to end this here because this is going to be a long process, and I'll see you in part 2. Okay, let's get started. You see me there writing the name of the third hue that I'm working with, which is turquoise. I previously did the second challenge off camera, and I was starting to experience some hand pains and hand fatigue during this time. You will see me later put on a brace on my hand because it started hurt. It's actually the next day, guys, because I actually stopped. I was doing it last night and I decided to continue it in the morning, but like I said, I was getting hand pains and hand fatigue. And I think it was at this point you'll see me put on the brace because, yeah, there it is. There's a brace on my hand now because my hands start hurting again and I was having pains and fatigue in my hand. I'm adding in that turquoise now. And one of the things that I enjoy about this challenge is that it allows me to learn and to pick up little cues, little hints on how to color in my style, like I said, and have a respect for the medium and how to use the medium in my style. All that, the pressure in my hand, the tip of the pencil. The tip of the pencil is actually very important, how pointed it is, how flat it is, how to hold the pencil, especially when recording, how to angle the pencil and in your hand and to keep it on film. All those things I was actually learning and picking up little cues, blending techniques, shadowing, shading, highlighting techniques, all those things I was picking up. And that's the thing I enjoy about this challenge because it's repeated. I repeated in the first one, then the second one, now the third one, and I'm repeating all of those little things and I'm learning them. I'm actually learning them, which is beautiful and amazing, and will make doing the challenge even more easier because it's repetitive learning. And now you see me here going in with the orange, and I think I kept the color of the bunny consistent throughout the piece. So if you notice, the color of the bunny will stay consistent throughout the piece. Also, for those keen eye people, you'll also note that there's little notes to myself that are in the corners, because like I said, I did the initial challenge some time ago, and so I needed to remember what I learned. I needed to remember what my intentions are. The eraser that I used was actually the Crayola eraser. I have some Crayola erasers, and that's what I was using. Now I'm going in there with the fourth and final color, and again, it's just repetitive learning techniques, pressure, tip of pencil, putting in the turquoise color shade, you choosing the color that I used to shade with. I think the color I used to shade with was the aqua blue. And now we're going into red. This red is actually interesting because the red, while sharpening, actually broke in the lead with me. So I had the lead actually broke in the barrel, so I actually had to resharpen it, and it got really sharp. So I'm right now putting in a pencil lead extender because it's small, but holding it, I was feeling hand pains again. So I said, you know what, I'm not going to torture myself. I'm just going to use the extender to assist me with holding that red, so it makes coloring a bit easier and more comfortable for me with the extender there. And now I'm showing you the full range of colors with its highlights and shadows, and I'm going in there coloring the bunny with, it is a limited color challenge, but it's also the full 4 colors that I have chosen. And it was a beautiful experience. I really enjoyed it, even though I did experience some hand pains and hand fatigue, and I did it over the course of 2 days, the day before and today. It was still a beautiful challenge. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all the things I've learned, all the things that I've reaffirmed to myself, because there are little notes there, and it was beautiful. You will also see me here. You notice also that the little bird, when I use that yellow color, the little bird also stayed consistent throughout the piece. Also, you'll notice that it is using the orange to shade the bunny. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting my words, guys. I think this is where I should end it so you can enjoy me coloring it, because I am forgetting my words. I have no more words to say, so I'm gonna end it here because I've already told you about everything that I've learned, and I will see you in the wrap-up. Okay guys, so you would have heard my thoughts and what I thought of this entire exercise. Like, the only consequence of it was this. I started experiencing hand pains and hand fatigue. So now I'm gonna rest my hand a bit. I do have the piece that I want to work with this already done. If you're a member of my Patreon, that will be the Easter coloring page that I put up, so you can color along with me. And this is a technique we're using colored pencils for that, so you can color along with me. I'm using Crayola Colored Pencils, and I really enjoyed it. Guys, there's not much left to say. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.